Hey guys, it's me, and I just had uh a really long, good, amazing. I've never really felt anything like that before. I had a talk with my brother who recently I've been fighting with, and I'm just gonna sit here and talk literally just as things come to my mind. And if you're wondering why you're looking at a blank screen right now, is this video, if you planned on like sitting here and physically watching the gameplay, click off this video right now. It's not for you. Just listen to this video as you do something else, something preferably that doesn't really require your attention, so you can just sit and listen and agree or disagree or whatever you want to do. Um, and just erase what's on here. I he was talking to me about we've recently really been fighting. And one of the things that he has the ability to do is he is a genius with computers, and as far as I know, he's watching this right now. So hi if you are. And he he knows how to turn off my internet. And by turn it off, I mean like he knows how to shut off the internet to my specific IP address so that everyone else's in the house can still be working, but mine is done. It's off. It says I'm connected. What? It's not the point of this commentary. So I sat down with him, and he really hurt me. He hurt me like I haven't been hurt probably ever in my life, and I'm blessed to say that that's the worst I've ever been hurt in my life. If it is. And I actually just I sat down and I cried for about a half an hour, just unconsolably, because he said something that was just so horrible to me as a concept. He told me that my parents had given up on me as an individual, as a person, and that concept just astounded me so much. I couldn't comprehend it. And the worst part is that I felt like it might have been true. And so I sat just for half an hour, just crying to myself. And then I told my parents what happened, and then I was more crying. And eventually, my brother, he had to leave. He walked out. He kind of stormed out right after I talked to him to go do something. When he came back, my parents actually pretty much forced him into having a conversation with me, and I was really unwilling to come in and sit there with him. But in the end, it was really worth it because he sat down and he explained things to me, and it was really something I never felt before. Because guys, this something that I know is that I don't worry about anything. There's nothing that worries me at all, and there's nothing that I particularly care about that's harmful. Like if someone's trolling me, like okay, like this is obviously a YouTube example, nothing that I'm gonna bring up in real life. But if someone's trolling me on YouTube, I don't care. Thank God no one's ever trolled me, and hopefully no one ever will troll me. That's not the point of this. I wouldn't enjoy it, but at the same time, I wouldn't care. I don't have it in me to be not to be aggressively angry. I can stay angry at someone like really angry, like there's that fire in me that I really just I can do that for probably about 30 seconds before that fire is gone and it's just replaced by an unwillingness and this is in the words of my brother because this has happened between me and him recently a lot. It's basically just an unwillingness to confront that person and talk to him, and he would know because I was unwilling to sit and talk with him for a while. And this is not in this particular fight. This is in a lot of other fights. And he told me. He said, "Yeah, there's I happened to be in high school. Look, what am I gonna say? He he said to me that you're basically there's no one else who he's ever met remotely like me. In that he said that I have in me such a and I'm not bragging. I'm just talking. an innate innocence and something so good in me that it's like, he's only ever seen it in a person like our father, who my father is such a great man. He's achieved such things in life. He's financially very, very, very well off, and he's blessed me to lead the life that I do live today. And I don't have any problems, and that's partly because of him. And also, he's a very good man. He's a very kind man. He's a man who you can talk to about anything, and he doesn't curse. And that's actually what set off this whole thing. Is that my brother heard me cursing, and he flipped out because he thinks that I'm too good of a person to curse. Whether I agree with him, I love the concept that I'm such a great person that I can't curse, but I can curse. It's the reality. I have done it in videos before, and it's something that I have to stop doing. And I do have my faults. Like I've said before, I am slightly overweight, and by slightly I mean very. And those are things that I just have to work on for myself. But he he said that the kids, because recently I was in a locker room, and he didn't know this at the time of the talk, but I heard some kids talking about what they did over the weekend. This is part of the girls. If you look at my last video, whatever, I was talking about the girls, and the things that they described to me were just so alien concepts to me. Like, why would you want to do that? Why would such a thing ever occur to you to be something that was desirable to do? And drugs and alcohol and what those things don't. Why would you ever want that? To do that to yourself? What you're basically saying to yourself is, I'm so pathetic a person. And I'm sorry if you're on drugs right now. Just go away. I don't need you. I don't want you. You're so pathetic a person. You have to rely on a crutch uh, to to be in a place where you can be happy. That's what drugs are, and you just get it. They enable you to be happy. And if you need a drug to be happy, then I'm sorry for you. God knows what you feel. But and they were just saying all these terrible, disgusting images, and it's like, oh yeah, this girl, and this is a quote. I wouldn't say something like this, but oh yeah, she put my hand on her pussy. I wouldn't want to say that word, but I'm not gonna do it again. But yeah, so that's what he said, and that just seems so disturbing to me. Like, why would you want your hand on there? You're 16 years old. I'm 16. You're 16 years old, guys. Come on. Is that really what you want? Look, you obviously there's the concept of girls, and there's the concept of wanting to be with girls, and I'm all for that. I love being with girls, but I don't want that kind of thing. And at the same time, he said to me, "Look, you're such a good person, and it's what's in you, and it's unlike anything else." And he said that you have an intelligence like nothing else. And where am I going with this? I don't know. But I have to try and be a better person. And part of my problem is I used to really, I guess this is what this is gonna boil down to. This is like my final like big point. I used to really hate school. Used to. Thank God. Thank God I got over that. And I used to stay home at least once a week. I'd be absent, and the school records somehow got messed up. They only quoted me as being absent 12 times in one semester. And in actuality, it was probably a lot more than that. 12 times. Think about that. Think about being absent 12 times in 3 months. You're missing. That's a day a week, literally a day a week out. You're not in school. That concept doesn't even occur to me. Maybe I'll take like a stress day like once every 3 months. It's a ridiculous concept. Ridiculous to think 12 times in one semester. That's the equivalent of like a delinquent. But there I was, and I grew out of that. Thank God. And I guess what it boils down to is I thought school was a job. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I hate work. And that's why I've made it clear I look down on people who do YouTube as a job, I'm not gonna say there's nothing wrong with getting paid for YouTube if you're getting paid for doing something, but if YouTube ever becomes a job for you, it's despicable because this is something that should only be for fun. It's That's what it is. It's fun. It's games. There should be no work in YouTube. It should be a hobby. And I just find it disgusting that some people have it in them to consider this a job. When this is not a job. This is just if I ever thought this was a job, guys, I'd delete my account. You'd never hear from me again. This isn't a job. And if this video can help you in some way, this is the only reason I'm going to post this. I don't really care what someone thinks about my content because I know that, thank God, there's people out there who will enjoy it, and maybe I can have a positive effect on someone's life. Maybe I can make someone laugh. Maybe that's all I want. Well, from this, I'm only doing it. I don't do this for me. I get enjoyment out of this, but hopefully someone else out there also gets enjoyment out of it. And I just it constantly amazes me. Is that uh, it just astounds me that someone can think of this as a job and be paid for it and like it like that, and it's just beyond me. And drugs and alcohol and violence and high school itself is just so confusing at times. And it's like, why are people doing these things? Why? Uh, I don't know. I'm coming to you, and these are my first thoughts after that talk, and this is gonna be obviously a little bit jumbled up, but this is just a reaction kind of, and I'm doing this partly because I know that my brother will probably watch this video, and then partly because maybe it can help one of you guys out if you're in high school and or maybe if you're just in regular school and you see around you the people who are bringing you down. And I'm here to tell you in one line, just don't let them bring you down from where you are. If you love doing something and it's not the cool thing to do, who cares? Do you really think it matters what some idiot thinks of you in high school? It's like if you're not in the cool group, I don't care. I'm personally not in the cool group. I have my own group of friends, and those friends are the people who accept me for the goofy, little bit crazy kid I am. I don't go to the popular kids and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, guys? I totally want to be like you." No, I don't. I see what they do and it disgusts me. And if you're in a similar situation, just don't sink to their level. Get better. Rise from where they've fallen. See their mistakes and learn. And I guess that's it. Just don't let them bring you down. Do what you love to do. I started a fantasy novel, and I think I stopped it because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And that's the only reason I do things like this is because I enjoy it. If I'm not enjoying something, it'll be very clear in the reflection of it. That's all, guys. If you like this, if you like the concept, just leave a comment telling me your thoughts if you actually managed to listen to this whole thing. And if you agree with me, leave a like on the video, because if you leave a like, maybe someone else will see it who this can help. That's all. Bye, guys.